Hi guys, I'm Lori.
I'm David.
And this is Mermaid and Jedi Adventures. For the month of April on Mermaid and Jedi Adventures, we decided to kind of each week discuss sort of like travel tips or some pre-travel advice or things that we do when we go traveling. Now, obviously this isn't just about Disney, but it certainly does apply to Disney, or you can kind of apply it to any vacation that you have. So if you're sort of new to the traveling game, or you're just looking for maybe for some ideas you hadn't thought of before, stay tuned this month and we're going to be giving some advice for traveling.
Yeah, so we're going to start off with how to get the most out of your hotel room experience.
Yeah.
The first thing we do is we look online and look at photos and get reviews of the place we want to stay at.
Yeah.
So we kind of compare, prices on 3 different websites. Then we kind of go to TripAdvisor, look at the reviews. Now, sometimes the TripAdvisor for reviews you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Because people will just read it one little bad thing went wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a 1-star review, kind of read the review to see how legitimate the complaint is. Sometimes they are legitimate.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're just like, I asked for extra pillows and they didn't give me them. So
Yeah.
you kind of be wary of the 1-star reviews. Kind of just read a few of them and see how the hotel looks.
So another thing you're looking for when you're booking your hotel is proximity to different things.
Yes.
As well as I guess actually before you're looking for proximity, the one other thing I was going to mention about when you're booking your hotel is to look not necessarily for the cheapest price, but to look for value for dollar.
Okay.
So value for dollar can include things like what you're getting, what amenities the hotel does have. You're also looking at, is there breakfast included? Because if there's breakfast included and you're traveling with your, 4 people all together, that's potentially $40 worth of breakfast that's going to be eaten, especially if they have like a hot breakfast buffet included. So also, whether you're driving your car or whether you've rented a car or you're taking public transportation or there's some sort of shuttle service, just look at sort of like how close you are to certain things. So that's where this proximity thing falls into place.
Yeah, if you're looking for like shopping centers or any restaurants you're looking for, you want a hotel that's kind of close by to those things.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're looking for a big long drive, and sometimes when you're on a big long drive, you're like, I'm just done. I want to go back to the hotel.
So actually, Disney is a prime example of this. There are great deals all over the place for Disney, and I'm not just talking about staying on property, but there are a lot of off-property places that are excellent. But when you think of the proximity to, if you're going to be going to, Magic Kingdom and the Disney parks, or if you're going to the Universal parks a lot, if you're staying a ways away, it may be less expensive, like the condo or the hotel that you're staying at, but with traffic, it's going to take forever to get home. And that might, might not be able to, in the middle of the day, take a rest break or something like that. So proximity is definitely sort of, I think, is worth more money for sure.
Okay, another thing you want to do is, when you're kind of checking into the hotel, you want to be friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, when you're friendly with the hotel staff, if there's a certain room you're looking for, like I want to be close to the elevator, or I want to be closer to the pool, or wherever, if you're more friendly, you have a better opportunity of getting those kind of options available, and you may also be sneaking ask for an upgrade kind of thing, and sometimes they'll give it to you, and at the worst they'll say just no, it's not available.
So be friendly, but also ask for what you want. I think people make the mistake sometimes of not asking for things that they want. The worst that can happen is that somebody can say no. I mean, don't make demands, don't be rude about it, but if you're asking for, is it possible, like, is there an area that's a little quieter? Is there an area, that I could stay that's not right by an elevator, because that's kind of a high traffic area? Maybe you want to be closer to the pool, maybe you'd rather be, a little bit farther away, from the main area or whatever, but it's quieter, so things like that. Just basically be friendly and talk to the front desk staff when you're checking in.
Okay, the next one is what Lori does a lot. This is kind of, once you get in the hotel room, it's kind of just check everything.
Yes.
You want to check the bed. Lori does an extensive
bed bug
check.
Yeah.
You also want to check the firmness of the bed, how many pillows there are.
Yeah.
Things like that. You also want to, if you're in a room with a fridge, make sure the fridge is working, make sure the lights are working.
Air conditioning.
Toilet. You don't want to have find out something's not working.
Like just before bed.
Yeah, and then you either have to live with it for the night and hope you can get moved somewhere else. They may not have enough space at that time, or you might be sorry, we have no other places, and then you're your experience is going to be ruined because you didn't check on these things earlier, and now you're like, oh, I wish we knew about this before we stayed here.
Exactly. And just to clarify, like for bed bugs is not the indicator of a dirty or a rundown hotel. Bed bugs just happen when there's a lot of people because bed bugs feed on people. Bed bugs feed on the skin and the blood of people. Sorry to get really graphic, but that's why they're usually, you know, in high traffic areas, hotels especially, because they're, you know, beds are perfect. People are taking a sleep there, people are taking a nap there. That's where they make the dinner. So I checked the hotel room mattresses. A lot of hotels now are having a really good like mattress cover that's sort of like a bed bug proof or bed bug deterrent, which is like a very zipped in sort of plastic kind of material that keeps bed bugs away from the mattresses. So when you're looking for bed bugs, just a quick and easy simple tip to look for is check the crevices and the seams of the mattresses. That's where you're going to find dark areas like that is where you're going to find evidence of bed bugs. So you're looking for black dots, bugs, and you're also looking for little black dots that when you wipe with a wet rag kind of turn rusty. That is evidence of bed bugs. So I always do that real quick, just check all the corners. We've only been to one hotel that had that was a little questionable, and they moved us right away. It was not a big deal at all.
Yeah, so that's why you check that when you get in. Because if anything, like, you know, bed or anything else is not working,
yes.
If you're, you know, before you unpack, you can just go right back down and say, can I get in the room? I'm not sure about this one.
Yeah. Another thing that springs to mind of something that we didn't do this, and we were sorry about it, was we stayed in a hotel once, excuse me, just a quick short little road trip away from home, and we didn't really check into this right away because we went out to go shopping and do some stuff. So when it was time to go to bed, we came home. The bed itself, back to the hotel itself was fine, but there was no fan, no air conditioning, and no window, and it was springtime and the heat was still on. Yeah. And it was so hot in that room that night we could barely sleep. So that is something that if we had known about, we would have either switched rooms or asked for, maybe had an opportunity to ask for a fan or something, because it was just ridiculously hot. So
yeah, that was a horrible experience.
That was a horrible experience. So just check into check your stuff out really quickly. You know, lamps and stuff, not the biggest of deals, but you know, it is nice to have a lamp that works. Another thing is the toilets, like David had mentioned. Again, we were at a hotel where the toilet didn't work, so luckily we had found that out right away, so the maintenance person was actually come and able to sort of fix it with assistance from me, but it ended up turning out just fine, and our toilet ended up working. So yeah. Okay, and so one of our other tips is if you're sleeping in, this is kind of our last tip. Yeah. So sort of a planning tip. If you're planning on sleeping in the next day, and usually you know by the time you go to bed or just before, whether it's, you know, you need a sleep-in day on your trip, this is the day you're going to get a little R&R in, or it's your last day, so you know you're going to be snoozing in a little bit. Put that privacy sign on. I know it seems like a simple thing. Put the do not disturb sign on your door. It's amazing how many times, you know, you think of it and then you forget to do it, and then people are, you know, tapping on your door, because when it's checkout day, you know, housekeeping wants to get those rooms clean as soon as possible. So they're looking for who is available to, you know, get those rooms clean. So just put that do not disturb sign on, and we've had no problems at all.
Yeah, we've never had any problems putting out the do not disturb. Yeah. Another thing is, if you want to sleep in, if the place does have breakfast, yes, you know, we always kind of get a plate of breakfast, and kind of come back and then go back to bed is kind of what we normally do. Like, especially if you're just like getting some toast or some yogurt or something that you can throw back in the fridge or whatever, just grab that, and then you can always go back to bed if you want an extra little bit of sleep. And if you get up early, you have access to all the goods. You can get whatever you want, put it in your fridge, and go back for another hour or two, snooze if you want. Yeah. So we hope this was helpful. Again, this is, you know, it's not earth-shattering news. It's just some things that we've kind of have figured out have been helpful to do before. Just something maybe you wouldn't have thought of to make your stay a little bit nicer. Just make the most out of your hotel stay. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what we have for today. So the rest of the month we're going to be talking about, I think, some car travel tips, some airplane travel tips. And what was the other one? Well, the next one in the series is going to be what a checklist we do before we leave for a trip. Kind of the checklist to like be prepared for things before you leave.
So we hope you liked this video. Give us a thumbs up if you did. We put out new videos every Friday, and if you subscribe to us, you'll get the little ding to let you know that we have a new video out. Please leave us a comment below. Is there something that we missed, or is there something that you do to make sure that you have a excellent hotel stay? Also, have you had excellent hotel stays? Have you had terrible hotel stays? Just let us know in the comments below. Until we talk to you next time, take care.
Take care.